Let's suppose I'm a third grade reading teacher, and one of the things I want my students to do is make better use of informational text. For example, let's say that I want to have them look at a map. Well, I'm here at the Common Core Standards site, and if I do a search for maps, one of the things I see here is students should be able to use information gained from an illustration, in this case, a map. How might I make that happen? How could I get my students to use a map and bring more context to a topic I'm studying in our classroom? Well, it turns out there's a simple way we can do that using something called Google Map Engines. The first thing you want to do is create a spreadsheet with the following fields. You'd want to have an address, a city, state, and name. Now, I've got links in here because I just want to have more information about these resources, but really all you need is a city and a state and a name. So those fields. But if you have those, you're really good to go. Now, if you do put additional information, it's probably not going to show up on your map, but still that's a robust thing. The next thing you want to do is you want to download a copy of this because it's good to just have an offline copy of your work. So if you go to File, and under File, if you go to Download As, and we're going to choose Microsoft Excel file, what will happen is Google will download that file for you, and you can have it on your desktop. So if you ever want to use it offline, you'll have it. So that now that you've made this spreadsheet with an address, city, state, that information, you want to go to a place called the Google Maps engine. And if you don't know where this is, you can just go type in Google Map Engine and it'll come up. So once you get here, you want to create a new map. A good thing to do right off the bat is title your map. So I'm going to click on Untitled Map, and right there, so once I provide the name of the map and the description, I can say Save, and you can see I've titled it. The next thing we need to do is import that information in the spreadsheet to this map. We go select the file from our computer. And for this one, I know to go to the desktop and look in the bullet presentation. I have a little Excel file here, Famous Artist. It's going to upload that Excel file. Give it just a moment. And after it uploads the Excel file, Google's going to ask us how we're going to find these places on the map. So we know that we have the address. We'll click that checkbox. We have a city. We have a state. Now, if you had a zip code, you could do that too. So really, these three things are what Google's going to use to pinpoint those locations. So we click Continue. And also had some information about links, but just for this one, names will do fine. So I'm going to say Finish. And in just a second, after Google processes that information, all of my areas here are pinpointed. And it's pretty nifty because now if I click on one of these little pinpointed areas, it will give me the address, the city, the state, and I have my information. So if I'm studying famous artists, now I can go and find them. And by the way, if you go to data over here and you click on one of these artists, we'll just say maybe the Noguchi Museum here, it will automatically go to that spot. So why is this important? Well, your students, we talk a lot about different concepts, ideas, things like that. If we tie those concepts to a map, it gives our students more context. It makes it more relevant and real to them. And it's fairly simple to do. All we had to do was upload a spreadsheet here. Very, very simple. Now, to make this available to other people, we'll go click on Share. And this is where, right now it's private, but if I want to share this with people, one of the things I can do is say, okay, who do I want to share this with? Well, I have a good friend. I'll say, he could edit it if I wanted him to, but I'm just going to say he can view it right now. And I want to send a message to Daniel just to let him know what this is about, so we can do that. So right now, only Daniel and I are going to know about this map, so I'm going to send that to Daniel. So Daniel can look at this map if he wants to. But if I want to make this available to everybody, I can come up to Share. I can click on Change and say Make it public on the web. And I'll say anyone can view it and say Save. Now, anybody that I give the link to can come and view this. Since I made my map public by sharing it on the web, I've got a few more options now. If I come over to this folder and click on it, one of the things I can do is export my map to a KML file. The KML file will make this map work on Google Earth. So I'm going to say let's download that, and it's going to download it to my computer. I could download it to a jump drive, but if I open this up on Google Earth, I can see this map dynamically, and I think I'll go give that a whirl and see if I can do that. So after Google Earth starts up, I have places associated with famous artists. And if I go take a look at those famous artist places, it will zoom in and it'll say, first of all, this is what it's all about. And if I go zoom into that, those places are there pinpointed for me. And I could come over here and see what that's about and fly right down there to it. So just by making this little map in Google Map Engine, I can make it become a dynamic map. Okay, and of course if you zoom out, all these other places that I've created. So this will be a very simple way to populate a Google Earth map with important places that are relevant to your content or your particular discipline. It's very simple. So what else can I do with this map? I know that I can view it as a KML file in Google Earth. If I make my map public, one of the other things I can do is this. We'll go to the little icon of the folder here, click on it, and go to embed on my site, and I have some HTML, and I can grab that HTML and I can put it into a website that I've made so that other people can view this map. So a very simple way to bring more context to what you're studying. Make a Google Engines map.